right, guys. Once again, the Chicago Sky have lost. And we lost pretty bad because here's the deal. No Angel, no Ariel, no Michaela. It means no chance, guys. No chance. The Chicago Sky lose 57-95. 57-95. This was a not so good game. Kind of from the jump. The first quarter was somewhat okay, I guess. We're only down by 10 points, and then the floodgates kind of open from there. Once again, we have a terrible end to the second half, and the Chicago Sky they're just bad. They're just bad because we basically had no real offense at all in this game. This was one of those situations where it was just like dribble the ball around, try to do some screens, and that's about it. Just not good. Just not good at all. It got to the point where I was just like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. But for the Seattle Storm, I mean, they lit us up. They absolutely lit us up in this game, and hey, it is what it is. The Seattle Storm shoot 53% from the field, shoot 45% from the three. We saw players like Lexi Brown dominating this game. She had 12 points in this one, knocking down the threes. We saw the Seattle Storm jump passes constantly. And it's one of those things where, like, yeah, did I expect this guy to win in this game? No, I didn't. Right? When I found out that Angel was out, I was like, definitely we ain't got a chance. However, I did expect the Sky to give more effort. Yes, your team is not as good. However, we were lazy in this game, right? We were lazy. There were at least 3 or 4 jump passes where it was like obvious, just lazy pass. Everybody knew what you was doing. You throw it, turnover, easy score for the Seattle Storm. Easy. You know, and here's the deal. Looking at this game, we saw the one second, guys. We saw the Seattle Storm easily score at will. What up? We saw the Seattle Storm just score at will. It was easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, okay? Erica says, Quita, do you think Tyler's getting fired after the season? No. I don't think he will, and nor do I think he should. Okay? No, I am not in favor of that. But it was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad game. There was no real answer that the Chicago Sky had. We even saw Mariah Jefferson come in the game. Like, here's one of the things. Mariah Jefferson, she started off the season injured. Then supposedly she was finally healthy but never played. And it was always one of those things where, like, play Mariah Jefferson. Why isn't Mariah Jefferson getting in the game? Today, we found out. We found out why Mariah Jefferson never gets in the game. Because that girl is not healthy. She came in the game for about a minute in the third quarter, and she limped around the court for about a minute. And it looked like she was hurting to move. And then finally he subbed her out. But my thing is, why was she even in to begin with? If the girl can barely move, shouldn't you know this? Shouldn't you have known this in warm-ups or whatever? Has she been hurt this whole time that y'all said that she was healthy and back ready to go? Right? I'm just saying, I just think that's kind of wild. Also, the fact that the Chicago Sky basically forgot how to score in the second quarter. We scored 8 points, guys. 8 points in the second quarter, guys. I think that may be the worst number of points we scored all season, or close to it. It was bad. Not only do we miss shots, but we end up just playing bad. Lots of turnovers. Once again, 17 turnovers for the Chicago Sky. Yes, we don't get 20 turnovers, so sure, that's some sort of improvement. Not really. It is what it is. The Sky are bad. The Sky have been bad. The Sky will continue to be bad. And especially if both Angel and Ariel and Michaela Onyenwere, if these players are still out as the games continue to go on, we will continue to rack up loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. The Sky don't have a winnable roster, especially without those players, right? They don't. But I did see some bright spots. I saw some bright spots from Hailey Van Lith in this game because she continues to show hustle. Now, is she the most talented player on the court? No, she's not. She still has a long way to go. However, I do like the hustle that she gives, right? I think she gives a lot of hustle, and I thought she was a good bright spot in this game. Again, I'm trying to look for some positives. 5 assists for Hailey Van Lith, 8 points for her. Again, she played well, right? She played well in this game, considering all of the things, right? Camilla ends up with a double-double. They got to continue to give Camilla the basketball. When Camilla is doing a pick and roll, when she's setting a pick for a guard, sometimes the guards will go the opposite way, and it's like, what are you doing? You have an opportunity, okay? You have an opportunity. Do the pick and roll. Give the ball to Camilla. And the problem was we saw so many turnovers because the Chicago Sky could not figure out a way to get her the ball. Either the pass was too short, it was too long, it was too strong, the whole thing, the whole 9 yards, guys. It was just bad. It just was. It just was. And it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Okay? It's bad. Now, I'm a little blunt today because I'm kind of tired. I'm very tired. I did not actually plan on doing the live. I told Mama I was not going to do the live, and then last minute I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it live. And she like, you could do it yourself. But Mama was so frustrated watching this game because, yes, we understand that the Seattle Storm is a better team. Everybody understands that. But what we want is consistent effort. And today we barely saw that, right? Maddie Westbeld showed some effort. Haley showed some effort. Again, they still got a long way to go. Again, they're still not that talented compared to everybody else. However, they gave some effort. But we need to see better effort. We need to see better play from players like a Kia Nurse, right? From players like a Elizabeth Williams, right? We need more from players like Rebecca Allen, right? We need it. And you need to actually play defense. There was a period of time where it was Kia Nurse, Rachel Banham, and Hailey Van Lith in the game at the same time. What are we doing? Where's the defense? Where's the defense? I just, it was bad. It was bad. I knew it was going to be bad coming in. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Again, the score is 95 Seattle Storm, 57 Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky have zero answer. The Seattle Storm run up the score easily. Everybody was cooking tonight. Just about everybody was cooking tonight for the Seattle Storm. And it is what it is. The Storm is a really good team. This is a team that when they make mistakes, especially tonight, they didn't make multiple mistakes in a row. That was the Chicago Sky's problem. When they make a mistake, it compounds. When the Seattle Storm made a mistake on offense, got a turnover, what did they do? Hustle back. And they tried to get the turnover right back and tried to prevent the Chicago Sky from scoring. That is how you become successful. And that is exactly what the Chicago Sky needs to do. 32 bench minutes for the Seattle Storm. 32 compared to 13 for the Chicago Sky. Once again, they're kicking us out. But ultimately, just terrible for the Chicago Sky. Seattle Storm, they do their job. They do a good one. You got Skylar Diggins, who continues to be a fantastic player, continues to have a fantastic season. She does a big one. And there's nothing else anybody can really do. But it wasn't just her, guys. It was the whole team for the Seattle Storm. The whole team looked good. Okay? It is what it is. I ain't got nothing else to say. Bye. Game over.